Welcome to another What Am I Up to Wednesday. One of the reasons that I started this series is because people often ask what I do all day. What does an educational consultant do? And the truth is that it really can be a mix from week to week. And I feel like that really embodies what this week was all about. It's been great so far, but it's definitely been a mix. So I started the week with some of the less glamorous tasks, but very important for a small business, including invoices, billing. I had some client communication, follow up, things like that. I had some continued support for families and planning some next steps for some current projects that we're working on. One thing I just finished today is I finally finished my blog post that was inspired by the recent New York Magazine article, The Mirage of the Gifted Child. It raised some really important questions about gifted and talented services that I thought were really important. Um, and some very real questions about identification. But spoiler alert, giftedness does exist. It's not a mirage. So if you're interested in that, please check out my blog. I'll be sharing it out through my socials in the next day or two, but it is live on my website right now. I spent some time creating and updating some content while I was in my website and planning a few future blogs that I have in mind as well. And then I've also been working on preparing some materials for the WATG face-to-face board meeting we have next week. So I am the board secretary for the Wisconsin Association for Talented and Gifted. And we meet once a year in addition to our conference to connect and to work on, our advocacy and supporting gifted learners. So I have a few things that I wanted to do to prepare for that. And then continuing my master's courses as well. Lots of readings, assignments, different things, and lots of interesting things to think about as they connect to gifted education. And then also just working on some processes and things like that throughout the company as well. So, one of the things that I really love about all of this work is the variety. In a single week, I can be writing, I can be consulting, I can be learning new things. Sitting in meetings, planning future projects, all at the same time. And that to me is really exciting. I really enjoy the variety. Um, so that was what I was up to this week. I hope that that gave you a glimpse into a little bit of the work that I do. And I will see all of you next week for another What Am I Up to Wednesday. Thanks for following along.